It's becoming a national security issue. The military not reaching recruitment goals to refill the ranks, the shortfalls impacting some branches more than others. A Pew Research Center report showing that only 23% of young people actually even qualify for the military, and the majority of Americans 18 to 29 have a negative view of the armed forces altogether. So NewsNation's Ryan Bass is looking into this. And Ryan, I'm interested, with such a decline, could we see mandatory military service becoming something that we start to see again?
You know, Anna, politicians on both sides agree that this is a really big crisis here in terms of military recruitment numbers. But it seems pretty far-fetched from anyone we've spoken to that a president could enact some sort of mandatory military service to try and fix that problem. I mean, we haven't had a draft since 1973, and enlisting in the service is voluntary right now here in the U.S. We spoke with Lieutenant General Richard Newton. He's a former U.S. Air Force Assistant Vice Chief of Staff and also a NewsNation contributor. He's spent over 3 decades in our military. He called our recruitment efforts a national security crisis, but can't fathom people being forced to serve.
I don't think it's realistic at all in that regard. I think, domestic politics aside, I think it would be a very difficult thing to mandate that all eligible males and females, for that matter, serve in the United States military. I think if you flood the ranks of the services, I think that does a disservice to the capabilities and effectiveness of our fighting force, as well as those who volunteer.
Now, General Newton said, Anna, that the key is offering more support to our military personnel when they go into communities to recruit.
Also seeing polls that show younger Americans are not as patriotic as older Americans. You wonder if that has something to do with it. Why do you think, or what are you learning anyway, about the military recruitment numbers being so low? What's the cause?
So officials in the Department of Defense say that the challenges here are complex and multifaceted. One of the reasons is we are in a strong labor market. Anytime the economy is on the uprise, you start to see some of these military recruitment numbers slim down. A smaller eligible population as well. You mentioned only 23% of young people between 17 and 24 qualify to join the military. And you said it too. I mean, Gen Z's view of the military isn't as favorable as Pew Research polling showed recently. This year represents the smallest active duty force since 1940, Anna. So the military services, they say, according to the Pentagon, that recruiting goals fell short by about 41,000 last year. They try to close that gap. I'm certain they will in terms of military recruitment. But in terms of Trump, I do want to make sure this is clear. He did post on Truth Social that the rumors of him enacting a mandatory service is completely untrue. And he said that if he does win a second term, this wasn't even on his radar, Anna.
Yeah, I think it's something that people just enjoy talking about on social media. But thanks for breaking it down for us and really unpacking it. Ryan Bass, thanks so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.